Okay, what we have in front of us is the Prado 150 rear roof shelf, we'll call it. A few little changes. What we've changed the sort of opening pattern to close it up a little bit, so it's a little bit smaller than our standard soft luggage shelves that are attached to the barrier. What we've done, we've made them compatible with the MOLLE sort of MOLLE pack storage systems, the canvas bags and so forth that you can attach. Also the back is also MOLLE pack compatible too, albeit sideways. So what you need to do to install this is first attach the back fence here to the top. You can have it forwards or you can turn it around and have it backwards. Personal preference really. I'd probably go this way because it looks better from the passenger area, and it just attaches with the 4 M5 nuts and bolts. And then we've got these handle brackets that will attach to the vehicle first and then attach the shelf to that. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll go to the vehicle and install the handle brackets. Okay, we've got the shelf together. So next thing to do is to remove the handles. Just unclip that with a little screwdriver, and you've got 2 M6 bolts under there, 10mm socket. So we'll go ahead and undo those, and then what we'll do next is we'll put these brackets up underneath and clamp them back in place. So I'll go ahead and do that. I'll put the camera down, and then we'll go ahead and install the rest of it. Okay, I'm going to remove this. And then you want to place bracket underneath. Make sure the little plastic recesses line up. Beautiful. All done. Once you've got your brackets up there, what you can do is lift up the shelf, and what I've done is I've just put the bolts, the M6 bolts through. There's a couple of positions there, there's 2 heights. I've just put it down on the lower height to give you a bit more space. So I've just put the bolts in there first and then secure them with the M6 nuts, and then you're ready to go. We have some new features on this shelf. So what we've done is we've changed the mesh pattern to a slightly smaller pattern, but what it actually is it's a pattern that allows you to mount the MOLLE or PAL's modular storage sort of system. So you can get all these different types of pouches. So I've got a first aid kit there, and I've got another just general zippy sort of a pouch there. So they're designed to weave onto the barrier, I mean the shelf, which means they're very secure, and also they're not going to sort of move around too much. Now this is a first aid kit. I really like this one because you can actually just rip it off and take your first aid to where you need it, and it's always quick and on hand, and that just attaches to that there. So that's the shelf, and that's the pattern on the shelf. Also, we haven't forgotten that about the bottle openers. So there's a bottle opener on that side and a bottle opener on that side. So depending on which side your fridge is on, you'll always have handy access to one. And I'll also talk about the fence here. That's actually a cutout pattern to suit the MOLLE and PAL system as well. So this here is a torch holder or a pocket knife holder, and that's a really cool place to put it. And you can get stuff like these, mobile phone holder, or maybe a map holder or something like that, and that just weaves in and sits in there as well. So you can use the space really nicely. Also, we've just got the general hole, so you can mount quick fists or any other sort of mounts as well. So the other handy thing about this shelf is it gives you a place to store a first aid kit. So we've got one here that's just got some Velcro straps on the back, and it fits nicely up there, so nice and visible and easy to access. so you know where it is when you do really need it. So really handy, and if you were to take it off, just rip it off with the Velcro. A bit hard to do with one hand, but you get the idea. We've had a few requests about heights off the floor and so forth. So I hope you can see that, but it's 765 millimeters off the floor in the middle there. And it's roughly about 150 to the roof, depending on where you measure. So about 150 there. And then at the lip, the clearance to the lip, you've got about 110. Now the other way to look at it is if you have a look at the bottom of the shelf there, it pretty much roughly lines up with that plastic edge trim there. So that's another way to test if you get enough clearance for your fridges or your shelf systems. Overall length, let's see what we've got. We've got about 400, I believe. So overall length, approximately 400. And that's the rear roof shelf for the Prado 150, standalone rear shelf. Allows you to use that roof space that's otherwise hard to pack for. So this one's standalone, it doesn't need a cargo barrier to attach to and will not fit with if you have a cargo barrier in place. It's very close to the seats there, as you can see. Easy to install, doesn't need any drilling or anything like that, and is quite sturdy. Oh, he's off the ground. How heavy are you, Calvin?
40 kilos.
Now let go. Wow, that's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Some exercises, do some exercises going. You see it hardly moves. Great little shelf for putting those sort of soft luggage bits and pieces, your pillows, your clothes, umbrellas and so forth. So that's the rear roof shelf for the Prado 150.